Why can't you find love? How long have you really been single? Really? Having trouble finding that special soulmate? I can solve this one. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Your love trouble? Over. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com. Soul Garden. Hello magicians, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. And I've got a lot of cool, exciting things this week to talk about. For one, Carolyn Nagel is here with a new series based on your emotions. It's called the Moon Goddess Monthly Reports. They're available at soulmart.me as of Wednesday. This is a monthly report all on your moon sign, which is the last piece I can't report on with the horoscopes, just because it'd be a whole nother shoot that I end up showing up late on. But Carolyn is doing the job. She studied under Soul Garden. She's phenomenally talented, and she's a full moon goddess herself. She was born in a full moon. She is the whole spectrum down. So check out Carolyn. Check it down at soulmart.me. They're available for a download on Wednesday. You have to know your moon sign, but if you don't, come on down the garden. We'll tell you in your office hours. And Nikki Bright has our first seminar. It's a 90-minute seminar called Jumpstart Creativity, where if anyone has hit the flat note and can't find the joy in your life, this is a whole 90-minute exercise live on webcam where she's going to walk you through your heart chakra, and it's super affordable. That's at Soulmart, so check those out. I'm very grateful for the time. Now, we have a lot going on. We have the sun in Virgo. This is the IB state of awareness, which is what we call reality, and what reality plagues on us, the feeling of reality, when reality gets too real, right? There are three stages of reality: live, love, and be. And as of this week, we've moved to the love stage. Now, for Pisces, all of this deals with your mirror, your marriage, and balance overall. That's what Virgo is to a Pisces. Pisces use the nitpicky energy of Virgo to manage their relationships, which is actually how Pisces can get away with crazy stuff in relationships. They kind of swim in and around and with the wife, and they do. They have that ability because they are looking at so many details to the relations of the two, and it is so real to a Pisces once they're in synergy with someone. This is the fabric of reality, how you relate to others. So last week we were working on the mirage, how you relate to yourself, because how you relate to yourself determines the kind of people you draw in. If you treat yourself like crap, you draw in people that will treat you like crap. It's basically that simple. So getting the mirage down was our first objective. Now that we're in the love stage, we're going to work on marriage, how you connect yourself to other people in long-term fashion. So we start off on Tuesday. Jupiter rules the day, which means the day of exploring your options. And in marriages, that's what you're doing on Tuesday, exploring your options. Creativity is really overwhelming you, and you're quite pensive on this day. Jupiter allows you to be adventuristic and kind of explore. It's also a time to maybe open up opportunity if you want to have a conversation with the honey about a potential future, a potential direction to go down. Jupiter's a good day to do that. And you're very good at expressing your thoughts and expressing your feelings, because the moon in Taurus does make you really clear in that regard. Now, there's a lot going on with the planets. I do mean a lot. It looks quiet in the sky, but let's take a look at this. For one, a soul pyramid. We're blessed with a temporary soul pyramid in Earth triggered by the moon transiting through Taurus, which goes up to Pluto and over to the sun at 12 degrees in Virgo. What this does is unite your light in three areas of your life, or give you awareness in three areas simultaneously. It's kind of like a spiritual acid trip where the universe gives you simultaneous awareness of everything. In your case, you'll have awareness of everything you think. You'll have also awareness of all this relationship energy, so you'll have your marriages kind of on the deck, and you will be looking at where you belong in society. So looking at where you belong in society, all of your thoughts, and where marriages go, putting those all together is part of the day. But also, look at this. At the same time, we're given a yod. Now, this is the yod that came last week. It's progressed a little bit. And what this yod is saying is, while you were putting all those things together on Tuesday, you also want to innovate Aries. And what is Aries for you? Soul capital. So with all of this, you're going to take your new beliefs with Mars, what you believe in, you're going to take your relationships, and you're going to have to innovate your self-esteem. In order to get all of this done, you must innovate your self-esteem. Innovating meaning you used to feel valuable for being this, now you feel valuable for being this, now you feel valuable for being that. Constantly innovating is so important, Pisces, and it's up to you to decide that you are worth more. So here's all of the party going on Tuesday. Pretty intense stuff, isn't it? On Wednesday, Uranus rules the day. This means that we will have profound, innovative breakthrough. In your case, a breakthrough in relationships. It may take a fight in one to break through another. So remember, there's often some sparks that go on when Uranus rules the day, especially in Chapter 2. There's a chance of genius, though, and I'll show you why in a minute. A lot of it has to do with the fact that you're so emotionally clear about what you think and etc. It puts you in a great state. You know, not always do Pisces have their mind and emotions together, but on Wednesday they certainly are. Now, the Yod is in full play. This started yesterday, and here it is today. The difference today, well, today is ruled by Uranus, which means if there was ever a day that you're going to probably innovate that soul capital, it would probably be Wednesday, even though I told you to start on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, it's highly likely this Yod pulls in, and just to remind you, the Yod comes from taking what you believe in and taking your policy on relationships and therefore upgrading what you're worth, which then turns around to be more in relationships, right? We have to have strong self-esteem to draw on what we believe we deserve. On Thursday, Mercury rules the day, so it clouds up. It's a day of breakthrough. There's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of processing. Emotions are in the highest degree, so you might be dreaming on Thursday, dreaming of where you want to go and what you think is next in your life or what you think is next with marriage. One interesting thing I want to point out in this chart, one is Mercury, which is creeping up on the sun. So our mind is catching up with this week. And you don't realize you've been foggy until Mercury comes back to the sun and you realize, wow, what have I've been daydreaming since the retrograde. Yes, you have. We all have. So Mercury's on approach and Venus is in Leo. Remember last month it was all about finding the love? Well, maybe you're not feeling the love yet, are you? Well, now you will. Venus moving into Leo means that you're going to start to now receive the benefits of your work you did last month. This is pretty common, by the way. It usually takes at least a half a month for the work to come in or manifestations. So you're going to start to see the work you did on your daily lifestyle pay off if you did the work as of this day moving into this. Then we get to Friday, and on Friday it's actually sunny, nesting, and resting, but it's a very powerful Friday. I have lots to show you on this slide as well. For one, Venus rules the day. So Venus is trying to restore balance and order. If you have been fighting with a honey, and if your relationship karma this month has literally involved turbulence with another person, Friday is when you want to kiss and make up. Friday is the day that you have the resources, the means, the understanding, that sort of thing. The moon is in Gemini now and is going to cross over Jupiter, which we're going to talk about, and this pulls you into a very heavy take care of your own emotions transit. And it is very important that you do. Let's look at the planets. First of all, as you can see, the moon is crossing over Jupiter, all right? So this is an expansion of your awareness, or think of it as higher resolution, and a higher emotional resolution. So you're going to have higher emotional resolution. In other words, you can feel things more subtly than, you can feel subtle truths in your life. You can feel more than you used to feel. That's what Jupiter is helping you do, is expand your feelings, which is why you might be feeling more and more and more sensitive. It's because you are becoming more sensitive. But remember, Master Shui, the ability to do some master magic on the planet, comes from passion, and passion needs solid emotion behind it. So you are growing your emotional potential, and you are feeling that growth on this particular nest and rest day. Time to take care of yourself. But on top of that, we have a different Yod. So this is what I love about this in planets. First of all, we just were told to innovate Uranus 3 days ago with another Yod, and already Yod is telling us, take what you learned and do something with it. That way, right? So already we're working with the energy that we were supposed to update 2 days ago. This is what I'm saying, karma is speeding up. And I'm pointing it out day by day. In the last 2 weeks, the horoscopes have been intense because the universe is intense. And I'm actually enjoying it because it's more complicated and challenging for me. But in this particular day, you're going to take what you innovated with soul capital, that self-esteem you already innovated. You're going to take that new self-esteem. You're going to take this, you feeling this new emotional high resolution fidelity of reality. So this, which is passion in the making. So you take your passion, you take your confidence, and what do? You go after, says Mars, what you believe in. So on Friday, you are to go after what you believe in. You are to take action. This is a temporary yod, and it is extremely temporary with the moon crossing Jupiter. If you are watched over by the guardian agency, we will text you as the moon approaches and after it crosses, because that's what we do when we watch over you. There's the yod by itself. Now, on top of all of this, remember last weekend I said you have to make a decision about where your boundaries are? Ding, ding, ding. Friday, time's up. You have no more time to decide, to commit to a boundary philosophy, a self-intimacy, trust, where you will draw lines, will you not draw lines, where are the fair lines anyways. It is time on Friday to make that decision. And this is the ringing bell. And on top of that, this is also Friday, the day where a square comes to a head. See the sun at 15 degrees and Jupiter 15 degrees? So this is where you just can't write this shift. Okay, the moon crosses Jupiter at the very point that it comes to its peak with the sun at 15 degrees squaring it. It's no accident. And only in one day is this yod pointing to Mars at the same moment, and then it's gone the next day. So this is the universe like beating the shift out of us. Now, what this says is fears that you have, fears between relationships and taking care of yourself. In other words, maybe you're afraid that a marriage will mean that you don't get to eat. Maybe you're afraid that your mom won't accept her. Maybe you're afraid of something between home, family, emotions, and marriage. Those fears come to a peak on this day, which I think is what helps you to take action with the yod, because you are feeling the peak of the fear and it's time to jump. So Saturday is a very intense day, although the planets look quiet. On Sunday, it's just in a perfect bow, decision time. Time to commit. So on Sunday, after all this stuff, the universe wants you to decide and commit to a marriage philosophy. And remember, you had to commit to a boundary philosophy yesterday, and now today they're saying commit they. Who's that? The gods? I guess so, the planets. They are saying commit now to the marriage philosophy you want. Boom, boom, boom. We're just moving down the pike. And the moon crossed over Jupiter, but it's still in Gemini, so you're feeling like nesting and resting. But look at the planets. Wonka, wonka. Another soul pyramid. This soul pyramid uniting different light. And what does it tie in? Saturn, right there, Saturn. See how Saturn is now green at 27? Green means go. Remember yesterday you had to decide, once a planet like Saturn hits 27, it races to the end and fate takes over. So this is why I was like, you guys, watch the Act 3s, make sure you know, because this is it. Things move forward. So whatever your boundaries were, the universe goes bingo and starts manifesting those boundaries and moving forward. And what does that do? It unites your light in a different way. It unites your light in the new boundaries go to do what? This is Neptune. Your ego will therefore change because you have made new boundaries. And due to the synergy energy with the moon, you emotionally tie your inner child to the process. Now this is a dirty trine, which is water heavy. And what this is doing is saying, hey, these two planets that are water, now that you know what you are, and now that he's finally figured out or she's finally figured out what boundaries are, follow that boundary decision. And so in this soul pyramid, we find that we're following the boundary decision. Look at something else that's crazy. See how Mercury and the Sun, I can't get over there, Mercury and the Sun, dead conjunct on this day. So Mercury went behind in the retrograde and caught up to the Sun only on this day after decision, and with the soul pyramid. And then so with Mercury catching up, it means, and so it is basically what happens. Our mind is no longer in the past. It is 100% in the present when the Sun conjuncts Mercury. And it is a powerful day of changing mind. So off to the side, you're powerfully changing your mind and committing to this relationship pattern and uniting this light as well. Some powerful shift. My goodness, I'm just impressed with what God's doing right now. And as God's service providers, you should be too. So come on down. There's no excuses. Come down to our office hours. Come check us out. Download Karen Lynn's video. Check it out, the moon signs. Take advantage of jumping in your creativity. If you can't tell, shift is happening and we don't have a lot of time. I'll see you in 7 days, Pisces. Until then, live, love, be.